Meanwhile, let's talk a little bit about religion. In fact, this morning in the screen left, you see John McCain right there. This morning in the Chicago Tribune, John McCain is discussing how his faith helped him as a POW in Vietnam.
That's a first, because he normally does not talk, number one, that much about his POW experience, but or about his faith.
Exactly right. Here's what he said, and this is quite a quotation. McCain says, "There were many times I didn't pray for another day, and I didn't pray for another hour. I prayed for another minute to keep going."
He should talk about that more.
When I found out when he was in prison and finally was hooked up with the other guys, the other POWs, he was in charge of giving the sermon. So he had to read the Bible, interpret the Bible on a daily basis.
John McCain was?
John McCain was.
He should talk about that more. I mean, I'm no political pundit, but I would maybe recommend that.
Sure. Join us right now.
Maybe Lou Engle has a thought on that.
And, Lou is the founder of TheCall. And, Lou, I understand later today you're going to have a press conference. And what are you asking?
Well, we're being asked really the question on what is the hope for America. And so on Saturday, we're gathering thousands of young people because our hope is not going to be found in a political candidate or a Messiah. Our hope is going to be found, we need God. And thousands of kids are praying across America saying we want to return to God. We need God back. And they're gathering to fast and pray. And so that's one of the things we're going to be doing at TheCall. But the other thing is we are making a very clear sound in America. And we are saying we cannot go on with abortion in America. We believe it's time for another voice, and there's a young generation that are saying we want to see abortion ended, we want to see life, and we want to see a great awakening in America. And so we're excited about that, and we believe we're in a time of change.
And at the same time, Saturday night, and we'll be carrying it here live on Fox, Rick Warren, evangelist, minister out in California, will be hosting both presidential candidates to talk about their views about the world. But one thing they may not really discuss that much, actually, is religion. What do you think about that?
Well, I've personally communicated with Rick Warren, and I thank God for his call to compassion and for the poor. The church needs to do this, but I've challenged him, please speak up on the greatest issue of our day. And I think the church and America needs to know that this man, Senator Obama, has said the first thing that he will do if he is elected, he will pass the Freedom of Choice Act, which means he will remove every restriction of abortion from conception to 9 months. I don't think this is the kind of change that parents want in America. I don't think that's what we want to say. There's been a movement. The movies are talking about it. Let's move to adoption, not abortion. Okay. But this man has voted 100% for abortion, live birth abortion, partial birth abortion. I don't think that's the change that a whole generation's crying out for. And I hope Rick Warren asked the hard questions.
Okay, Lou Engle joining us from TheCall. We thank you very much for joining us from the Bureau today. Thank you.